Hello, it's me, it's Wolfren, and today we are having the second part of our fated clash. This time it's Welstra versus Krysrain. Krysrain got a very fast win versus Varga on the previous video, so she stands another chance here. Will she be able to beat the capitalism though? Okay, random doggo moment, because I'm going first, I have the doggo, and Dvbt02 needs an order to work, and I cannot risk not failing the Dvbt02, so we discard the doggo, and it has to go to the order zone instead of the soul, because if you put to soul and do not draw Dvbt02, then you cannot play turn 3. Sometimes that sucks, but this is why people sometimes run too, but yeah, may happen. Okay, so I think Welstra is a very good deck, especially going first. If you go first, you can beat almost everything, and when you go second, you also have that powerful rush because you do 3 laning, turn 1. So yeah, I think it's overall a well-rounded deck on potency. My problem with the deck is you can randomly not draw the PGs, the defense, and you might just lose. But overall it's very solid, they fixed a lot of the issues the deck had with not having maximum. Now you can even double maximum, so that's really strong. Potency wise, the deck is very strong, right? The only problem is not seeing certain defensive options on the right moment. Also here we are playing against Krysrain, who should be able to dodge the removals partially, but I think Krysrain should struggle a bit because she's not outside from the burst, let's say, she's not quite defensive, and she will keep losing some of the pieces here and there. They will lose Yuikas, they will lose some of the pieces unless they divine on that particular turn. So yeah, they really need to sequence the attacks, the calls properly, sorry, in order to keep the pieces long enough to keep bouncing. Personally, I do like Virginia. I like the way, because Welstra struggles a bit with hand size early. I think having access to the Dvbt02 draw, let's say, 1 turn early, it's really cool. We could argue that you don't have that much sustain for the whole card to keep working a lot. Maybe you draw ones out of her, rarely 2, and you cannot always spend the CD. But overall I think it's a good card, right? It gives you some speed, it makes you stabilize faster, which is something I appreciate. And you cannot run anything that much better anyway. Troll is basically a 15k vanilla most of the time, you know. Here I'm running Troll at 2, I think I'm running 3 Virginia, or I'm not sure if this was for the time where I still run just 2 max. Just 2 max is a bit spooky. It's a bit spooky because you need the double max and you need the satellite, and sometimes you draw the cards and overweaves. So it's not ideal. I think 3 max, it's my sweet spot. It just works for me. If we are doing this, I think it's because we have Freiheit. Now we can set up those 2, withdraw, and then we can use Dvbt02 to plus further, and then we can just call the Freiheit to get the max anyway. But I'm not sure if I'm just drawing 2 max and 1 was already in hand, I don't know. Let's see. I really like the new Welstra. It's it will plus, you can do a whole package of things that are good, that includes plussing and includes filtering a lot, very fast, and you have access to your cards. They really fixed the deck well. Okay, we now have another Freiheit, so basically we are guaranteed to withdraw OT. I'm not sure if I should run Elder Breath, because maybe having the extra hand size from the other OT matters, but I think here Elder Breath makes a bit more sense, because if they are at 4, which happens really often, because because of how the attacks work. Like if you can do the 5 attacks when they are at 4 and you force the double crit situation, I think Elderwreath is particularly good here. Even though on the previous video I said that I didn't like it much, but I think I like it enough here. Like in some decks it definitely works. And here it might be one of them. Also because I think drawing the extra card from blue OT would not matter that much. Like you either drew and saw your defense, or it's very rare that the last card you are adding is what actually makes you survive. That's what I mean. Here, for example, Vergina, it's technically worse than Troll because it's not a 15k. But I don't know, we got the other advantage of being slightly faster. Am I drawing cards? Okay. Ah, it's Lubethal, sorry. I saw... okay, my bad. It's Lubethal, I'm using Lubethal with Freyhate. Okay. And now we draw another. Okay. This is a bit risky because we might come into a situation later where we cannot pay for the Freyhate anymore. But if we have the... like if we have a 9 in hand or Fobal Mine in hand, like you just need to... With Welstra, it's like you have to be very good at managing resources through the whole game because you can choose to be a bit faster and exploit your resources a bit faster, but then the risk is not having more resources later. So I think you need to, like, having Vergina as an option, it's really good if you can really make that prediction and know when you should pay the resources. Like, I think this can, if you use Vergina well, it can be game changing because maybe you survive or you get healthier faster because you have more cards. And if you do this well and you still get to keep the pressure for the whole game, the option is really nice. The problem with that is if you get baited on the wrong situation and then you don't have the resources to keep playing. That's where the problem lies with Vergina, in my opinion. I think this Krysrain grade 1 is very underrated because it forces something. If you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it, but if you want, like, to make sure your opponent is wasting the PGs on the situations, it gets really good because you are making them guard poorly. Like sometimes Krysrain would be like 2 triggers to stop, but now it's PG to stop, and this means they don't have the PG for the divine skill unit attack. Like I think Krysrain, it's not like very good, but it's close to be good. Like it's like Zorga, like the moment you print enough energy 3 cards that are good enough, Krysrain will just keep scaling because Krysrain alone, it's very good. Krysrain alone is a very good card, it does a lot of things. It's like what I said on the last video. Like the card is good, it just needs a slightly increase on rear quality. We are running Francet here though. Is this just a 10k? Or is it like 15, like, I don't know. Let's not take risks. Also, the girl, well, this sometimes happen, okay? Krysrain, it's very lethal with OT. Because like we have 10 in hand, we would have probably won that game very easily because we have everything. But now we need a second PG and I'm not sure if we have it. So this is currently lethal, we need another PG, and if we do not have it, we lose. Sadly, because we were really well steamed that game. Yeah, drama. It's fine. This happens. Okay, so let's go with game 2. I'm sad, that game was very good for us. I wish we could have... Okay, no draw. Oh, we have Lubethal now. That's very good. Now it's a very good game for us. We have everything from the very beginning. I like Brescia a lot in this deck. Like, I know people doesn't like that too much, but I think it's like basically free. Like, because Krysrain makes the energy cards so free. Krysrain is so good. I'm sad she doesn't get more like slightly power up. Maybe she gets better with, I don't know, I haven't checked, right? Like, there's those great ones. Oh, but I think she doesn't have the great one, any great one from first call yet, because it's like lyrical. Okay, that makes sense. Also, they don't have the dual nations just yet. Okay, personally, like, I have having Dogo in hand, and so I can have the extra soul when, even like if we get Lubethal, I like having the extra soul from Dogo. Sometimes I even find it. Anyway, because I have the Lubethal anyway, I don't want a second Lubethal. Wait, can I draw? Okay, sorry, we cannot draw. Well, at least we realized. Also because it's very rare for me to call a Freyhead turn 2. This is probably because I have another. It's really rare for me to call the Freyhead. Because it's risky. I need another one now to get the max on place. But I do not see another Freyhead. What am I doing? Risky! Although, we don't need the Freyhead until turn 4 for the second max, and we just really need it if they go to 5, which they will because they are 3, and like, I'm not sure if like rushing so much it's worth it, because there is a situation where you will have to exhaust a bit more cards in order to do the second max, because they are 5, you cannot do the satellite, right? So you can do that and just go for 5 attacks turn 4, but you need to be wary of your resources, you know? I also, if you see, I just played as I didn't know I had the defensive, by the way. Okay, just in case you were wondering, because I 15k the Vanguard, even if, you know, that's what you normally do, you 15k the grade 2 and then you take the rear guard. Okay, so yeah, what I was saying, like, I can afford calling the Freyhead because I put a lot of pressure, but there is this possibility of they just healing down, you lose part of the pressure and the commitment is big. Like, sure, if you draw another Freyhead, then you are solved completely and the pressure is massive, but I think this was a bit risky and maybe not completely worth it. Like, even if I thought like I could draw the card with Freyhead, which I didn't, I don't think you call the Freyhead here. Like, if you have another one, you can call the Freyhead, and that's very good, especially versus Krysrain, because you just care about killing her fast before she does the same to you. Now we can draw. Like, because we don't have another Freyhead, we should play in a way we put them to 4, so we can use the satellite. There's no need to put the Bubble Mine, I have enough sustain. Yeah, and you don't want to put Bubble Mine in your soul every time. Like, you want to keep the booster for the next turns. So yeah, I think calling the Freyhead wasn't a good play, because now they go to 5. Like, sometimes people doesn't go to 5 here because they want to stay at 4, but they do not realize that we are basically getting a CC. Like, yeah, sometimes like you want to punish Welstra a bit more on resources, I think. But maybe that doesn't matter here because I healed, so I will have the CD anyway. So here maybe it makes a bit more sense. Like, Welstra, it's just a 5 attack deck anyway, that what it's different, it's the attack pattern, and what it's different is the cost it takes. Like satellites is just a 5 attack, which is free. It's basically a CC, that's how Welstra works. So as an opponent to Welstra, you want to choose between satellite and maximum depending on how is your strategy going to be, or the amount of damage they have taken so far. Because here I think it's fine regarding for a cheaper shield value, because they're at 1 anyway. You need to push, they will have the CD for everything, so you want to save cards here. But sometimes you might choose to, like, okay, I go to 5, I deny satellite, maybe I can tag them and then I choke them at 4, so they cannot put me pressure on the long run. This is how you play against Welstra, in my opinion. Like, you need to choose what kind of problem you want to be facing. You want to be facing like a resource management situation. You want to choke them. You want them to rely on maximum. You want to cope about the maximums instead of the satellite. Then you go for that. But if you cannot really do that, maybe you want to save shields by guarding efficiently, and then you just accept the satellite will be happening. This is how you beat Welstra, or how you play against Welstra. You choose what is your opponent doing, in my opinion. That's how you should be playing against it. But here, Krysrain doesn't really have a choice because I just healed, so I think guarding the attack was particularly correct here. I still think people overguards Welstra too often. Because another thing is, like, if you are at higher damage, you can deny them heals, which is more sustained, they are losing, etc. And also, like, all those cards, Bobal Mine, Swordio, they are minus. And they kind of translate into other cards. If you use draw with Dvbt02 or something, they like move the cards around. But they are, like, if they have to actually employ the CC to play, they are losing cards, okay? So you can also force them to be minusing instead of 1-for-1s, you know? And what also matters is that there is this speed thing, right? With Wolfren we said that we can sacrifice resources in order to speed up, but like sometimes to beat them we want them to speed up, so we want to force situations where they have to minus themselves a bit more. As Zorga it's very easy to do that, not as easier as Krysrain or not as easy as Varga, where you have just that singular game plan. Okay, so game 3, I'm not sure about the Welstra hate play. I think it was risky for no reasons, to be honest. Okay, so let's move into game 3. It's now 1-1. Let's see who remains in the Fated Clash tournament. Is it going to be the Idle Mermaid or the Capitalism friend? I gotta say, Welstra doesn't feel like a capitalist at all. Like, he just builds big toys. He cannot really sell. So yeah, it's more like definitely not capitalism, or I don't know, it's like a friendly capitalism, because he builds machines and kaijus and robots, so we like him. He's also very husbando material. Okay, we are going to now, so we have to rush. Ideally you want to like 3-lane them, go on turn 1, but I don't think we had the cards because we didn't call them, so it's probably triggers or great choose. Yeah, great orders, great choose, that's fine. It looks like we're not seeing the Virginia, sadly. Oh, well, yeah, we have seen the Virginia. I hate losing so many shield value. Here maybe, I don't know, because I'm like trying to call Troll and Virginia, but maybe you just discard either Troll or Virginia and do 2 swings. Because like if they get a defensive anyway, like you rely on luck here. Like you will do Virginia first probably, then Uber, and if they got a defensive they need to choose if they take or not, and like it will depend on triggers mostly here. But I think we are going second, so doing the 3 attacks it's just fine in my opinion. Okay, good, 1 free card. This doesn't hit, but it's okay. I feel in this meta we are more inclined to take risk going second, like we need to do 3 lane more often than we would like, because we do it knowing that we are committing cards that maybe won't just hit the opponents. So we rely on the lack of how defensives and attack triggers work, but still I feel like some pairings are only navigable through this prism, because decks are so good going first, like they are very good going first, so the going second player has this kind of... They can win by going cheesy roulette, but I think it's harder to win a second than before, because I feel like in previous metas we had decks that were more versatile, like they could either go first or second, but here decks are very polarized into going first. Welstra maybe it's a bit less, but even then you struggle a bit, like if you go versus Varga you will still lose if you go second, if you go versus Varga you will still lose if you go second. So like sure, Welstra has a slightly upper hand going for second because of the double maximum turn 3, but even then there isn't like enough matchups you can actually win going second to say like that deck is good going second or anything, you know. Even Zorga now it's a very good going first deck, like it is way worse going second compared to the masks in the past. Is friend set online? That card always confused me. Is it 4 units? I think it's 4 units. Like in the previous video, I also was mistaken with that because I wasn't sure if it was units or rear cards. I think it's units. So I think no, it's not units. It's rear cards. You see? Okay. It's Krysrain that it's units. Okay. So yeah, he's losing another card. Not fun, to be honest. I didn't pay attention, but I'm not sure about why they called the trigger. Maybe they felt they wanted to rush a bit more, but I don't know. This list, it's very risky, by the way. This was the 2 maximum build. It was... I don't like it. I know people like it, but I feel it's like so risky and it relies on your opponent not taking a certain amount of damage. Like, if Max leaves, then you need satellites to activate every turn. And it's not like you actually want your opponent to be healing just for that to happen, you know? You want them to not heal and just do 5 attack instead. It's better. If they heal, it's like if satellite is not actually working. Do I have another Max? I'm confused. I'm not Fax. Max, do I have another Freiheit? I do have... Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense then. Because I think I will just bounce the troll because I don't need the other Freiheit. Oh, I'm using Lubethal. That's fine. But then, if you realize, troll basically turns the CCs into Schwarzerines. Because you see to draw, but then the card goes to soul, which is not like that good because you don't want to lose the... Like, you're just moving a card, it's not like plussing. You're moving a card and you generate 1 free soul, which again accelerates. Like, Welstra is very good at choosing the speed the cards work at. So here, I'm sacrificing long-term resources in order to draw faster. Because, okay, I'm going like Freiheit turn it into a Soul Blast 1, but it's not that I have actually plussed more than I would on the long run. I'm just accelerating the speed. Sometimes it's very good because you need the cards fast to survive, but sometimes you need to, like, I don't know, maybe you heal. Okay, you have more time then, so it's better to not burn through the resources as fast. Maybe you keep the great ones on board, you have more pressure on the further turns. Not an energy drama, please. Not another energy drama! Ay. We are very healthy. The problem with Krysrain is that she really needs to rush and to kill fast, because there is nothing in the future for her. She can really put pressure now with Francette though, but again, she's missing something. More utility, probably. Or better ways to do the things. I think it's very important not going to 3 versus Krysrain, because then OT turns out to be lethal. So now it's very hard to lose. Now she needs to double crit or something, which she proceeds to do now. Here, the Divine skill doesn't feel like super useful. You can protect the cards, but they are not great. Like, I don't know, boosting another PG from hand, it's not that strong. I think I would just skip on using it. Is he skipping on using it? He's thinking. Okay, I think that's a correct choice, because the Divine would have done literally nothing here. And maybe, I don't know, maybe next turn you can pull a Nanes, maybe the PG, or I don't know. There is nothing worth mounting here, either way. Maybe another Welstra. What do we have? Yeah. I have to discard, yeah. Oh my god. No. Okay, Lubethal. Okay. Yeah, you can actually use CV1 to Soul Charge 1 with Freyhate. Okay, then it makes a bit more sense using the Troll with the Overmind last turn, because as well there is another boosters to keep calling, so we can accelerate the deck and we keep the long-term pressure while we are also accelerating the PGs in our hand, which is necessary, right? If Krysrain Divines with OT with 2 PGs in hand, and I think we just had one. This is why we guarded the way we did to play around offensive OT. Did they take the damage? Ah, yeah, they take the damage. They take the damage. Also, you don't want to put the bubble behind Vanguard at any moment, not even early game, because this is when you start. It gets clocked because how the CVs work. I think I did the attack patterns a bit bad. Like, it's a bit forced by how Satellite interacts with the whole thing, but I didn't have another Freyhate, and I might need the 5th attack next turn. Yeah, okay, so one thing I'm missing here is that because this is the 2 max build, maybe the second max has already left. That would explain some of the things. But definitely, if I have the max still online on my deck, it's risky to commit Freyhate here. Probably should have went for Troll and then keep Freyhate, so I would have been able to guarantee the second max next turn. This completely changes if I don't have the second copy available. But this is also why you want to run 3, right? Not just 2, in my opinion. We are at 4. It's just 4 or 5 attacks. I think they need OT to kill us. I don't think we lose otherwise. Oh, no Persona right. Wait. Ah, yeah, no Persona right, yeah. I don't think the power was needed, but it is definitely handy. If we have the second PG, I don't know, I think that the game is properly played, just like for maybe 1 or 2 things that are actually tiny. I don't know. Yeah, but it's not like they are killing. They do not have persona right either. Vilka is nice here. I need to check what is going to be the pairing for next week. I haven't checked yet. Like, I mean, because this happens way later. I'm recording my voice way later, so I have to choose the next pairing. So I have to roll the dice to decide. It will be, of course, I'm not telling you who is going to win yet, but it's actually cool to see how those divine decks interact with each other, not just the ones we see in the anime. Even though this exact fight happened in the anime as well, but it's cool, like, I don't know, Welstra versus Blackmire, I don't know. Or Krysrain versus Zorga, or well, most likely Welstra because Krysrain just lost. Well, hope you enjoy. I know this content is not as popular, but I really want to, I don't know, play or develop, because I like the game a lot now, and I like to play a lot of things, and I want to try other stuff. Okay, so I hope you are also enjoying this. I think the commentary is pretty nice. So, yeah, like if you enjoy, subscribe if you like, especially like stay safe. Hope you enjoyed, and see you soon. Bye bye.